Cheers, everyone.
Hey, hey.
Hey, guess who I have on here? Sarah. Hey, how is everybody doing? Pomp, yes, Jimmy from Crip Walker did do this awesome intro for me.
That looks really good.
Isn't it? He's incredible, I tell you.
Yeah.
He is incredible.
Right up my street, that was. So I love that sort of thing.
Yeah,
you can probably tell anyway from me, but
that was unbelievable. I do like I love his work. It's amazing. Let's see who's here today. So we have Octo, which said he may or may not be in here. We have the lovely Pinky, Sarah. We have Julie, that is, I don't believe she left. Let's see who else is here. We have Sandra. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who else is
lovely
here?
Peachy.
Hello, hello, hello. Let's see, Pomp. Hello, Pomp. Welcome, welcome. Michael. Jeez. Let's see. I'm trying to get to the bottom. Guys. Leanne, welcome, welcome. I already said Pinky. I think I got everybody. Oh, Bristol. Hello. Hello, Sean. How you doing?
Hey, everybody.
Sandra. Hello, hello. So I wanted to bring Sarah on because I only interact with her through chat, through her live streams. So I wanted to actually get to know Sarah and see if you guys have any questions for her, feel free to ask. But I wanted to get to know the woman behind the avatar there.
Oh, no.
So Sarah, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, like where are you from and how you got into your channel and all of that good stuff.
Well, I'm from the north of England, and when I say north of England, I mean we're 20 miles from the Scottish border here, so you know we're about as far north as you can get in England. Well, we are as far north as you can get in England. And I grew up here, so I've sort of came home about 13 years ago, and I just don't want to be anywhere else. I love my county. And if I can get myself healthier again and get a car again, I'm planning on doing a lot of vlogs because it's beautiful, you know. In terms of the paranormal, I've always been interested. I've said this on my channel, but I had this. I mean, I'm older, so no internet or anything like that when I was a kid. I used to actually read books and all that crap, you know. And I still have the book somewhere. And I had this encyclopedia that was called something like Amazing Stories and Strange Tales or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it just had these little snippets of pretty much everything, you know, sort of aliens, ghosts and urban legends and stuff. And I used to adore this book. So I'm sure that book was part and parcel of where my interest in the paranormal came from. But I'm also in that massive nerd. So I was into my science fiction and my fantasy and stuff. So, yeah, and I've had loads of experiences over the years. Now, fast forward to the channel, because I'm 59 next month, so that's a long life story to get through. But fast forward to the channel, basically I started an art channel in 2019, so I could publish mine and my dad's books and magazines and things. Long story short, Dad became ill and the channel got left. And I decided to reboot it, and Crow shouted me out without me expecting, because I put a piece of artwork in his Facebook group. I wasn't expecting a shout out. And he shouted me out, and I was like, oh God, I better have something on the channel. Within a couple of weeks, I thought, I'm just going to go full paranormal, you know. And yeah, I had my 2-year anniversary on it being paranormal last Saturday. That was my anniversary. Time's flown.
Wow, it's amazing. So is that how you actually met Crow?
Well, I've been part of the community for about 4 years. 4 or so years. But mainly just as a lurker and going to chat. And, you know, I didn't actually try and get involved in any community because I'm quite shy, believe it or not. You know, if I meet people who I'm naturally connected with, I'm fine. But I've never been one to want to be part of a group if just for the sake of it. Does that make sense? It wasn't me being rude. I just wasn't looking for being part of a group. But Beardo had shouted Crow and Joe out, and I went over and subscribed, and I ended up in Crow's Facebook page. And that was when I really just started getting active in the community again and got to know
Okay.
Crow pretty quickly. So, yeah, that's kind of where it sort of stemmed from, actually getting involved in the community itself. So, yeah, I just haven't looked back. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. So would you consider yourself more of a believer or a skeptic or a hybrid of both?
I'm both. I'm very
both?
much both. I'm very much both.
Okay.
In terms of, I very much believe in the paranormal, as in things we can't explain. I have a big bee in my bonnet about people automatically going to ghosts, for example. You know, I believe in the anomalies, but I think we jump to the conclusions too quickly as to what things are. I'm not saying I always think they're logical conclusions or, you know, everyday conclusions. But, and I think as far as I can remember, I mean, I've had some wild experiences.
Okay. I was just going to ask you that if you had any personal ones.
Yeah, I mean, I've got quite a few. So it's not like I've never experienced things that are just sort of, you know, really, really strange. But then I mean, some of my biggest ones I still try and debunk. And it's not that I don't believe, I know they happened, by the way. I'm not somebody who believes in false memory on this. I know they happened. But I'm also not somebody who'd be offended if somebody gave me a 100% logical explanation as to what had gone on. But can I just end by saying, and I keep saying this on the channel as well, I don't want everything explaining. I don't believe everything should be explained, because I think we need that sense of wonder. Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
To move forward. So, but I am very open to all sorts of possibilities. I just don't like people jumping into conclusions as to what things are straight away. Let's look at the occurrences and then try and work out what they are once we've, you know.
Okay. So have you actually been on investigations?
No.
Okay.
No, all of mine. That's the other thing. It's why I actually started the Believe in Me project, with people giving me their own experiences, because all of mine, I wasn't out looking for anything. They just happened, literally just happened, and at different times of the day as well. You know, I don't think I'd be cut out to be an investigator. I wouldn't have the patience. I'll be honest. I really wouldn't have the patience. When I go out, when I can eventually go out around the county, because we have more castles in this county than any other.
Oh, I would ask. I love castles.
Any other county in England, and we have stone circles and all sorts of things. There's places I can go. But when I go, it's going to be more to look at the history of them and the folklore around them and the legends behind them, rather than doing actual investigations, you know. And it's not because I don't believe in investigation. I have every admiration for people who go out week after week, you know, doing it. But I just from my own experiences, and I know that the investigators would say the same as well. Just because you go in for a day doesn't mean something's going to happen on that day, you know. So, yeah, I don't think I'd have the patience.
Yeah, but it's the beautiful history too.
I'd go with somebody else investigating, though. If somebody said to me, "Sarah, I'm doing an investigation. Do you want to come with me?" Hell yeah, you know. As long as somebody else was driving the investigation and not relying on me to do it, then yeah, I would love to. But doing my own, yeah, I think I'm more interested, because I am interested in ancient histories and the old folklore and the old stories, because I think they get dismissed too easily.
Definitely.
And that's what I mean. We'll never explain everything. I mean, I believe that, for example, I'm open to things like the things that have been happening for years, for centuries and thousands of years. We can't go back and work out what happened. Doesn't mean we should forget about them, you know?
Exactly. I mean, I'm a lot like a history buff as well. So I love like the historical history of places as well. You know, it's the history that really gets to me too. It's beautiful.
It's the history and the stories that keep our imaginations running.
Yes, absolutely.
And it keeps my passion for the paranormal open. Yes. So,
and it's good that you have an open mind too, which is great.
Oh, I'm completely open mind either way. You know,
Yeah.
like I say, I'm not sort of, not sort of downtrodden if something gets explained, but at the same time, um, it's never going to stop me believing that there's more to things than we know already.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. Definitely. Rob, welcome, Rob. I see you have a magical wrench now. And Steve, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I don't even know if I should ask this question, but I'm going anyways. How do you feel about the current state of the paranormal community as a whole?
my, I don't know. I'm quite happy to answer that. My problem with the paranormal community as a whole is I'd like it to be focused more on the paranormal.
Yes.
I sometimes think it gets lost. And that's one of the reasons I don't like things like the drama. It's like, and just different things on the channels that aren't paranormal. You know, I'd just like to see a focus more on the paranormal again. And not just on, I mean, I'm always frightened to say this because I don't want the investigation channels to think that I'm dissing investigation channels, because I'm really not. I think they're amazing at what they do. But I know for my channel, I want to look into other things as well. I want to expand on the topics. I want to talk about all those topics I read about in that encyclopedia and in other books I've read since, look at the histories. So, and I'm just wondering if that's not one of the ways we can get people interested in the paranormal again, because I do think there's a certain, what's the word? People are a bit tired, and I think that passion for the paranormal needs to be reignited again in the community.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not saying it's not there at all. But yeah, and that's what my channel's there for.
To get frustrated because like 95 or 97 of the time, you don't get anything,
Yeah. I mean, I follow lots and lots of paranormal channels within the community I'm talking about, because of what I do as a channel. Because my channel, the main remit of my channel when I started was to overview the community. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you look at my Facebook feed and I'm thinking, where's the paranormal in all these notifications? Sometimes it's not always there, and I think we need that back.
Definitely. Hello, Aussie Cat. Welcome. Hi, Dave. Welcome. Thank you for coming in.
Hey guys.
Let me see if I missed Sherry's here. Welcome. Is everybody here? So which creators or investigators do you think are pushing the field in the right direction?
Well, in terms of investigators, I'm a huge supporter of APRF, who are trying.
Yes, they're amazing.
I mean, Wes was coming into my chat about a year ago. Sorry, not into my chat, into my comments.
Mm-hmm.
And you would leave these quite big comments that were these amazing comments, and I used to think, and I looked at the title of his name, APRF Paranormal. So I clicked on it and looked at his channel, and I'm thinking, wow. And I started looking at his channel. I actually went to Crow and said, Crow, you need to see this guy, because we'd been talking about people changing it up a bit and doing things differently, and being more scientific with the methods. So I'm a massive fan of APRF. And who else do I sort of? I mean, they come and go. That's the problem with the investigation channels. I mean, Weeping Willow Paranormal. I don't know if you're aware of Cassie, but I used to love.
No, I never saw that. I never saw her investigate.
She's amazing, but unfortunately, I mean, life. She's got other things in life to be getting on with, so she's not doing it at the moment. But I miss Cassie, and obviously I watched Joe.
Joe.
So other than that, I'm going to be honest. Other than that, it's not. I'll watch Bristol if I have to, because otherwise they won't. I've only just started watching Bristol actually, and I love Bristol. I love their live streams. And Sean the other day was talking about his sort of belief in the paranormal. I thought, we're on the same wavelength here, But other than that, I'm often looking at where people are investigating.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, I watch Seg when he's investigating. I watch Adelaide. I particularly like when it's not get tired of the usual places. It's when people go somewhere a little bit different. I love that. In terms of creators, I mean, I suppose I've got to say Crow. But if I have to, no, Crow and I do have a lot of the same outlooks on it all. So, it helps when you sort of like-minded, if you like. It would be light and small enough to sort of take with me and everything I need to do with it. So, it was. I mean, I've only just got it, so it'll last alongside the PC, hopefully. The other thing I want to do when I'm live is have the chat. I want to have the YouTube chat up. The StreamYard, I use StreamYard and I love StreamYard, but
yeah,
you can see about 6 comments, I could actually see the chat bigger.
Oh, so somebody's asking, so actually Pinky's asking, where did you love the steampunk come from, Sarah? I love steampunk. I love it.
I actually don't know. I mean, I more as a kid and a teenager, but I always loved science fiction, so I think it was a natural progression for me.
Yeah.
And actually, when Dad was still alive, and one of the projects he had, which we were working on before he fell ill, he'd written a synopsis for a book. Well, it was initially going to be a book, and then we were talking about turning it into a graphic novel. It's called The Steampunk Kid. So I'd actually been looking at a lot of the steampunk, and a lot of it was my style anyway, but sort of looking at all the stuff for his story, and I just love it. I absolutely love the steampunk aesthetic. So
I love it too. I love the whole steampunk. A lot of people ask me, what exactly, what's your combination like? What do you actually like? And I'm a toss between like gothic, steampunk, a little bit of Victorian. It's like a little bit of everything, but I do love the steampunk. I have the glasses when I go outside that are like the steampunk, which I absolutely love. So I do like that as well. Do like it, but I absolutely love like the color that you have in your videos too. It's absolutely amazing.
I think what helps with when it's the AI stuff is maybe the art background, because I know what to put into the prompt, because I don't just describe the picture. I'll put art styles in. I've got to learn how I've learned how with the AI prompts to tell it colors. I'll sometimes look at a picture and think, no, the coloring's not right. It needs a little bit more gold in or red in, and I know how to do that. The more you use it, the more you control it. People think it's, just say, oh, do me a picture of the lady, and boom, you've got this amazing picture. No, you've got to be very specific with your prompts. So and
then the music, like how do you choose exactly what type of music you want?
Well, for the songs I do in Suno.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a nerd about anything, if I'm passionate about anything, it's music. It always has been. I've always been a rocker. So again, I tend to sort of know a lot of the music, not all of it, but most of the music I do tends to be my taste anyway. Again, it's getting the prompts right. So, and I love doing that as well.
So you're a rock and roller?
Always have been.
Do you like hard rock? Do you like reggae or?
Well, I actually I turned 13 in 1918. If you're in the UK, I don't know what it's like in the States, but in the UK in 1918, I was already a musician. It sucked because everything went electronic, synthesizers, etc. And I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I found The Who. Tommy came on the TV and I found The Who. And then Woodstock came on about a week later. So I actually spent a lot of my teens and early 20s going backwards, looking into 70s music especially. So, I was sort of massive Who fan, massive Stones fan.
Yep.
Bands like Lynyrd Skynyrd. you know, that those sorts of range of American bands as well. So that's kind of where it was. There was good rock music in the UK, there was, but yeah, I think it was the American taste. But I'm kind of a hippie slash hard rocker, if you like.
Okay. But you're not like you're not like a heavy metal.
And I do listen to all sorts of rock, but less of the really, you know, the screaming stuff. You know,
Like I do like Tim, he makes a whole bunch of like Suno music, and so does Wisdom. I like their music.
yeah. But the you know, the sort of black metal and death metal and stuff, there's a limited amount I can listen to. Yeah.
Oh, Wayne wants to know who out of the paranormal community does Sarah like to draw?
Nobody. No.
Nobody.
Well, the one I'm used to drawing is Crow, because I've done some of his merch. He kind of fits in with my aesthetic, actually. So, you know, my natural art aesthetic. So, but other than doing the debunker badges, I haven't done that much drawing of people in the community. So, I don't know. There probably will be more next year. For next year's yearbook, I would like to have more of my artwork in there. There is some of my artwork in there this year, but I would like it to be more filled with my artwork next year. So, you know, fingers crossed.
How long did it take you to do the yearbook?
Longer than it should have done because of illness.
Yeah.
And the laptop dying. I was almost ready.
That's right.
Yeah, and although I actually managed to recover a lot of what I managed to do was recover a lot of the individual pieces, but lost most of the actual pages that I put together.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I have to say, you know, it's not me that's done everything. I mean, the help I've had from, you know, people like Sandra Peachy and Debbie and Elaine and various people who contributed. You know, it's not all me. Yeah. It's very much been a collaborative. I mean, obviously I've put the pages together, but it's been a collaborative effort from the community.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
So, but yeah, it's sod's law, isn't it? You know, just get everything set and then boom, laptop dies. It's like, oh my God. And do you know something? I should know better. As I said, I'm an ex-researcher. I should have known to be backing everything up onto an external.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm telling you, I mean, I will be doing future publishing projects, and from here on in, they're going on an external hard drive just in case.
Oh yeah, Phil has good music too. That's right.
Yeah, Phil's music.
That's right.
Actually, Phil has done 2 or 3 intro songs for me. Mm-hmm. The one when I'm in the wrestling is Phil written.
I love the wrestling. I tell you. Laura and I are the tag team champions right now. See how long that lasts. We will see how long that lasts, right, Laura?
Awesome.
We will see. We will see. So what do you have planned for the future? Like, where do you see your channel going?
I kind of see my channel going to where it was supposed to be in the first place, which is the publishing side. Because I obviously there's the yearbook.
Mm-hmm.
I did fanzines for years. I'm not doing masses and masses, you know. I'm not doing sort of regular magazines or anything like that. But okay. You know, I did fanzines for years, and I missed being able to produce hard copy stuff. Now, thanks to Amazon, you can. So, I have. Well, actually, it's half done. I have started a magazine, which is a paranormal magazine. It's not a community magazine. It will be going on to Amazon. Sort of general paranormal magazine, and Peachy and I have a project that we're sort of secretly putting together as well. I just want to have fun with it, you know.
Yeah.
But in terms of the videos on the channel, it will be probably some things that people who don't know me, I mean, my chat will know most of the plans, but things like the histories, I have announced it. I've been announcing it for ages, actually. I do want to cover Chariots of the Gods.
Okay.
But I want to cover Chariots of the, you know, every time I say that, Kenny rolls his eyes, but it's like, I want to cover Chariots of the Gods because of the way it's they approach thinking about the paranormal. The approach is thinking about the paranormal. So yeah, there's all sorts of different. I've got loads of ideas, but this
Like
year,
urban
last year was
legends
yeah. Well, yeah, things like the old folk tales and looking at the histories as where a lot of this stuff has sort of originated from. You know,
Interesting.
yeah.
You know, it would be interesting if somebody did like urban legends, but like Greek gods and things like that, like the mystical creatures like Medusa or like the horseman, things like that. That would be interesting.
I mean, Cass had helped me with some, but because of being ill, it's actually going to end up in the magazine next year. Some of the old Christmas folklore from different countries, as well as UK history. I know, for example, one of the things I looked at a while ago, not for the channel, for me, was the origins of a lot of fairy tales, and there's a lot of, especially European legends and stories of stuff that and traditions that sort of made their way into some of these fairy tales. It's a bit like, you know, Hansel and Gretel, and you know, kids get left in the middle of the woods. You know, that would happen if they couldn't feed the family. And there's various reasons for these things being included in these stories. And people think stories are just made up off the top of people's heads. No, we all get influenced by what's around us and what's happening at the time. So I'm very interested in that. And the further back you can go with that, the more fascinating it can become, actually. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot out there. There's so much out there. And there's a lot of channels that do like, you know, ghost stories and things like that. But you know, it's not necessarily that a lot of channels do it, but it's the way that you present it and the way that you tell it would be interesting. Definitely. I'm just seeing if anybody else came in. I see Laura's here.
I love that name, Octopus with No Friends. That's awesome.
Octo's here. Thank you for coming in, Octo. Sandra says she's here to help you.
Sandra's been awesome. She really has. I mean, the amount of stuff she's done some amazing stuff.
Octo says, can we start a Central Mass Wrestling? Octo, like Laura and I are already a character. We're in there.
We're champions.
We're called the Witches. The Witches of something, I think we're called. But yeah, we're the tag team champions. We are. And I think we're going to have another, I think there's another wrestling thing going on soon. I think within like the week or so, there's going to be another.
Well, there must be. He hasn't done one for a while, has he? So he must be due to unleash again. Yeah,
definitely. Let's see here. I'm just seeing if there's any questions in the chat.
Actually, Octopus with No Friends talking about the Fae. I did do a video about 18 months ago about. I've got a book. I wish I could remember the name of the author, and I'm really sorry I can't remember the name of the author. I do have the book somewhere. I'd actually met her at a conference when I was doing research. It's this amazing book. If I find out what it is, I'll put it in the community post to let people know. But it's about how a lot of the origins of fairies, they're really nasty little buggers. You know, I love the dark side of it's you know, and sort of changelings and mischief, and you know how, you know, some cultures were actually afraid of them and what they do, etc. I suppose I love the dark side of things, but you know.
Sandra says, I would love to create my own mystical creature. What would it be then, Sandra? Would it be, I don't know. I would go more of a creature that's very similar to the Medusa. I don't know.
I love dragons, you see, so it would have to be a dragon.
Yeah, definitely.
Or a penguin. They're not mythical, are they? I suppose.
Rob is asking, Sarah, do you still have snow? It's going away here, but really slippery at the moment.
No, it's going away, Rob. I'm hoping it bloody stays away. Yeah, it's really slippery here. I mean, It's I actually had to, was it yesterday, the day before, I did have to get a taxi up into town, not me being lazy, but it was just ice underfoot and it was black ice, so you couldn't see it.
It was bad here too.
Yeah. So it's I mean, I'm dying to get out walking again because I haven't been able to do it, but honestly, you can't even see it. You can just tell as soon as your foot
It's
goes on the
crazy.
pavement that it's icy underneath. Yeah.
It's crazy because I during the week I have to actually be at work by 4:30 in the morning. So the other morning when I got up, like you couldn't even see it. It was like pitch black and it was like one sheet of black ice. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Oh, it's going to be on Monday, the wrestling.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Pinky says you are on my dragon list, Sarah. Oh, you're going to create a dragon for Sarah? That would be amazing.
Pinky, can it be blue, please?
Oh, yes, I can see that.
Can I have a blue dragon?
Oh, no, Rob. It was nearly the end for me today. I was so close to falling and smashing my head open. Oh, my God.
Do you know, Rob lives in Orkney, which I have a very special connection with, the islands at the top of Scotland. And so I actually have 2 or 3 Facebook groups that I'm a member of that are Orkney. Mm-hmm. And I know they really got lathered in snow, and I know it would have sucked for them, but God, those islands look beautiful under all that white.
Oh my God, it sounds
amazing
beautiful.
Pictures. I do miss Orkney. We'd love to get back there.
I definitely want to travel in the future. I definitely want to go to like different places. Like I've been to Denmark a couple of years ago. I want to go to Norway. I want to go back to Iceland. I absolutely loved Iceland.
Oh, I would love to go to Iceland. I nearly went a few years ago.
I loved it. I would live there if I could.
It just looks beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I also want to go to like Scotland because I'm a quarter Irish. So I want to go to Ireland. I want to go to Scotland. I just really would like to travel. Really would love to. And of course the UK. Thank you. Definitely love to.
Ghost Wiener, can somebody time Ghost Wiener out? No white chocolate dragons.
No white chocolate dragons. No.
Norway's beautiful. I've only been once. I went as a teenager with the school, but because it's an easy flight for us where I am. But yeah, Norway is beautiful. It's expensive though, so
yeah.
You know.
Australia as well, yes, in the UK, definitely. It's on my bucket list. Definitely, I want to travel around the world.
Well, I am hoping if I can get my health sorted this year, because I wouldn't cope with it at the moment, but if I can get my health a bit better, I did actually plan to go to the States in not this year but next year sometime.
That would be amazing.
So long as it's more just being. I hate flying, so I only get on a plane if I want to. If it's worth it at the other end, but I do have a bucket. I've been to the States quite a few times, but I do have places on my bucket list that I never got to. So, yeah, I really would like to go back to the States.
Hey, Raven, how you feeling?
Raven's awesome.
I know she is. I love watching her game too.
I know.
I would honestly like if I was like to like team up with anybody. I swear to God, they would be like, "Are you dead again? Are you dead again?" I don't know how they do it. They're really good.
Oh, Raven knows her gaming.
Yes, John Boy does too. I watch John Boy a lot too.
Yeah, John Boy does die a lot though when he's gaming. You know, to be honest. Raven goes into his chat and shouts at him, "What are you doing? You don't do that, John Boy."
Yeah. But John Boy, it's funny. Like he because there's such a big time difference. When I get into work, he's usually gaming. So I just there's no one usually at my job that early. So then I just tune in and watch him in the morning. So it works out.
Yeah.
That works really out. Let's see if any more questions.
Most of the chat probably know me.
I know. Let's see.
Oh, hey, Andy. Andy did an awesome ghost story for the yearbook. Absolutely
Great.
awesome. I'm trying to encourage him to. I think he's going to do it for NAG. This story was awesome. I love his channel. I say, you need to be compiling these stories, and I said I could advise him for getting himself an little anthology on Amazon, sort of get them published. Because honestly, it's super. I'm not just saying that. The story was awesome. So, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I tune in as much as I can to Andy's when he's on. My phone. Oh, Raven, that's okay. Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see. Huh. Rob says, I love to spend the day with Sarah drinking coffee and eating scones.
The right way.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it would be. I would love to get back up to Orkney, so I'll contact Rob and we'll meet up and coffee and scones.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's a bannock, Rob, because I've missed me bannock. But yeah, it's
jam first.
Yeah. Jam first. It's the only way to do it. Ignore seg.
PJ and jam.
Sorry.
PJ and jam.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Yeah. Do you know?
So what kind of jam? Grape jam? Strawberry jam?
Well, the thing is, when I was a kid, I used to hear about peanut butter and jelly, and I used to think, ugh, because what we call jelly is what you guys call Jello. I thought, why would you put jelly on peanut butter?
Oh.
I didn't realise until because when I was 19, I spent 3 months in Washington DC as a nanny, and suddenly I thought, oh, they mean jam. They don't mean jelly; they mean jam. That's what they call jelly. So, yeah, it's once I realised that, and that's when the first time I had peanut butter and jelly, and I just became addicted to them. I still have it now. I was always a pot of peanut butter in the cupboard, and jam. So yeah, jam first, then the cream.
See, I don't get that. So you put cream on top of the jam?
Yeah.
Oh, see, we don't do that. We just do peanut butter and then just what we call.
Oh no, not with peanut butter. No, if it's a scone, you have jam, and we actually have clotted cream.
Really? We just eat the scones just like that.
No, I do love cheese scones, and obviously you don't put it on that. I just have butter on a cheese scone. So, but when will the link be ready for the yearbook? I'm getting impatient too. It would have been. I'm hoping it's tomorrow, but today's been flaming awful, and I don't think you need 10 guesses as to why today's been awful.
I know it's late for Sarah right now, so who knows if she's going to be up all night doing this.
I haven't got much to do, just proofing it at the minute, and I was happily getting on with it, and then suddenly, I spent 3 hours dealing with stuff behind the scenes, and then
I know it was crazy. It was a crazy day today, and day. I just hope Beardo just gets his channel back.
I hope it's quicker than.
Hey Roger, I didn't see you. I'm sorry if I missed you.
Hey Roger.
I hope he gets it back. It's just insane. It's just this year hasn't really even started, and it's already been insane.
It was day one. It just hit the ground running. It's like, and we all had such a lovely Christmas. I think I said to you before, right now, it's such a lovely Christmas, and No One Alone for Christmas went so well for everybody.
It did, yes.
That just gets better and better every year, and it was all good. And then all of a sudden, it was like 2026 just said no. I mean, I did New Year's, so my New Year's Eve stream saying, let's kick 2025 out the door and let's look forward to next year.
Let's start something up here.
I think I jinxed it all. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Octopus.
Oh, thank you, Octo. Yeah, not a good way to start 2026. But you know what? We have to turn it around positive.
Yeah. And that's why I did a members live. That's why I did a members live this afternoon.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Look,
I was surprised when you came on. I was like, wait a minute, Laura just got done and now Sarah, what's going on?
I just felt the need to. I didn't want to do it in my normal live tomorrow.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? I just wanted to go on there and just say, everybody just quit it. You know, you come into my live stream, causing bother, you're gone. You know, we're not dealing with that crap. Let's get on with the paranormal.
Yeah.
But
hopefully it'll settle and, everything will work out with Beardo. Like I told you earlier when I went on his Discord, he said it could be up to 3 weeks.
I know. I hope it's not that long for it.
So I hope not either.
Because that would suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just.
It's just. Yeah, and I did have a couple questions in the chat just asking if Crow was okay.
He's all right. He's still not 100%. He's still dealing with antibiotics and all that sort of stuff. So just be patient with him, guys. If I go on about this, he'll end up doing a Booyah live, and they'll be like, "Sarah said you weren't very well." But that's what Crow does, if he's in the zone. But no, he is still dealing with health problems. So hopefully things turn around for him as well, because he's been having health issues for a long time now. Just gets over one thing and then.
I know.
That
stinks. Let's see. Rob has the questions popping in and out here. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Let's get your question, Rob. I have to find it. Okay. Got anything planned for this year, Sarah? I know you probably said before, but I missed it.
Once I've got the ebook out there, I really need to start upping the amount of content I put out, and I do have quite a few things planned. Some half done already. Because I don't feel like I put enough content out, so that's going to be my priority for about a month or two, and then just see. Oh, the other thing I do want to do, and I have announced this to the chat, I am looking to do only occasionally. I mean, not like masses and masses, but I do want to do the odd podcast, as in pre-recorded and on specific subjects. But I wanted to do that for a while, but I've been waiting to get a computer that could cope with it. I think this laptop will, So it would only be the occasional one, but I've been wanting to do that for a long time. So I've already got people who said yes to that. So yeah, that's the other thing. I'm a butterfly. I'm sorry. I just go from one thing to another. If I do the same thing all the time, I get bored. So.
And you still have your morning shows that you normally do? Yeah,
I mean, the two regular live streams I have are Tuesdays and Saturdays. Which would be morning for you. Yeah, they're sort of 2 o'clock in the afternoon for the UK. I do want to do more art streams. People have been saying, and I have already done one. I have worked out this laptop can cope with the art streams, so I will do 1 or 2 more art streams just to relax, and people can see me do work. But the 2 lives I always do are on Tuesdays and Saturdays.
So they're going to continue doing those as well.
Yeah, Crow's all right. He just needs to try and get over, Look, he just needs to look after himself, to be honest.
Yeah.
Same as all of us, really. We're all our own worst enemy, aren't we?
Yeah, something to look forward to 2026, just taking care of yourself and and that's the best thing for everybody to do here is just, focus on your health, your well-being, focus on, your channel, and just avoid drama at all costs.
So, because the drama's so draining.
It is. I tell you, I needed to pour myself a drink. I was like, I am not going to go through the streaming without a drink.
Yeah.
I mean, it hit us, what, like early in the morning, too. So.
And it's like, you sort of said, talking about it being the paranormal again, and we need to pull it back to the paranormal.
We do.
The drama does suck, Dave.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, Pinky. I do agree with you. Like, because sometimes I even get overwhelmed and I need to like step away from all social media as well. Because I do find myself like sometimes, getting too like wrapped up in like YouTube. So I do need to like have like a mental state and just like step away and just focus on yourself as well.
You've got to. It says she who never does, but you've got. Actually, no, that's not true because, like I say, I am a geek, and there's so much stuff I was behind on in terms of films and TV, not watching. And I did go through a phase just before Christmas of just sitting down and just watching some of the stuff I'd actually missed, and I found it really therapeutic. I can't just sit and watch TV. I've got to do something, but I just sit drawing or something. Just get away from YouTube and from social media, even if it's just for an hour or two. Otherwise I just end up at the computer all day, and that's draining in itself.
It's a lot. I mean, and if you have social media like TikTok and Instagram and all of those, Facebook, it's a lot to just keep up with everything,
Yeah.
Like even for myself, because I put out shorts every couple of days on all of the social media, and sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, it's a lot. It is. But just, when you feel really drained and just worn down, just take a mental, time and just focus on yourself, You've
got to. Because for mental health, it's funny, when I first started the channel as a paranormal channel, I was told, you've got to be careful because it can really screw you up. And I thought, no, really? And I thought, no, it can. If you get too embroiled in it, and as Dave said earlier, half the time it's not even your drama.
Yeah. You too.
But anyway.
It's not drama you get dragged into, absolutely. I used to watch everything on YouTube and took a step back. I lived for ghosts and spirits. Rob said that. Yeah, Bristol, I agree as well. The healthiest thing to do is just take a step away from mental health. Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes you have to force yourself to do it. You just have to think, right, don't touch the computer. Don't switch.
Hello, Jody. Good to see you. But the thing is, everybody's nervous as well because you can't take a huge break away because then you're worried about like your channel and the views and the subs and,
So that's but even if it's just a few hours or an afternoon or something, just to, not be there all the time.
Yeah.
And Rob, I'm on East Coast time as well, by the way. I've been on East Coast time since I started the bloody channel. But I can afford to be because I'm at home all the time. So, oh God, no AC, Caroline. That's not good.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't have to worry about AC here. It's like freezing. It's like 20 degrees. And it's going to be like this. Well, it starts warming up like mid-March. Mid-March is the end of March is when spring comes, and then it should be. But sometimes we do get cold weather until like April as well. So that's when I'm going to start getting out there.
Yeah. Sometimes we can feel it getting towards the end of February. It starts to get a bit milder, and then suddenly March says, no, I'm not finished yet. And that's when you get the snow dump.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have no motivation to go out and explore in the winter.
No.
In the spring, I'll get back out there and do some investigations or some urban exploring and stuff. So, because there's a lot of places around me as well. It's just the winter time. It's hard to work outside. So, does anybody have any questions? I mean, it's been a little over an hour, believe it or not. Everybody's just saying hello to each other.
So can I be cheeky and ask you a question?
Sure, go right ahead.
I was just wondering what your plans are for your channel.
For my channel? That's a good question. So I'm actually so originally Central Mass Paranormal Society. So it's kind of funny how I started. I actually went for an ad in the paper that said that, you know, the founder of CMPS, she said, well, we wanted to start up a group, a paranormal group. And I said, okay. So I went there for the interview. And then we ended up forming a group. But then later on, either, you know, some of the team members left or, you know, like, and then the founder of the group actually started getting health issues. So she said, can you please take over CMPS? And I said, fine. The problem is that it's very hard for me. It's very hard for me to have dedicated people on my group, meaning, you know, I tried before and I actually caught them like faking evidence, or I've caught them like, you know, doing things that I didn't agree with. So CMPS as a group doesn't really exist because it's just me. Now, whether or not I want my channel to continue being Central Mass Paranormal Society, or I want to branch out a little bit more with like Victoria Darkwood and, you know, continue with the mini series, which actually Crypt Walker, we're doing something completely different for episode 5. We're going to put a lot of AI in it and actually bring in creatures and stuff in the storyline as well. So I just don't know right now, or, you know, do a little bit of both, like do the mini series plus do like urban exploring and investigations with me just being me. Plus I'm a spiritualist as well. Like I'm a Wiccan, I practice Wicca, and I'm actually a clairvoyant, intuitive. So I don't know if I also should go that route as well and like work with people and, you know, be more spiritualist. So I have all these different paths that I just have to figure out what I'm going to do with the channel. And the other thing is like I'm meeting up with there is a potential to bring my character out in a movie as well.
Oh, awesome.
So I may do that as well. So I honestly, I don't know, because I was actually talking to Carla about this, and I said, well, should the channel still remain Central Mass Paranormal Society, even though it's mainly based on me? So it's just something I have to figure out, where exactly what path I'm going to take, or just combine it all in one. I don't know. It's a lot.
It is a lot, but I mean, if you want my advice, just go with what you're most comfortable with. I would actually love to see the Victoria Darkwood sort of take over the channel. I have to say, I have to be honest, because I kind of work behind a character as well. I mean, Fantastique is a character, obviously. And I don't know, you just get into the swing of it when it's the character as the front person. It doesn't have to be, you can do anything you want with it, but it kind of, with me, it's helped with my branding and just the look of the channel and the style of the channel. You know, and I just think you've got so much potential for that.
I know I do, and the funny thing is, like, so if anybody looked at my earlier podcast shows, it's like I was a completely different person. You know, I actually showed my face, and I was more of like a Victorian steampunk type of person. But then for some reason, you know, once I felt that my spiritual abilities was coming out more, I felt more content to combine everything and actually be who I'm actually am.
Mm.
Like, even though I'm Victoria Darkwood, it's not a separate person because it's a part of me.
Yeah, that's the way to
So,
do it. I mean, fantastic
I
spot.
mean, obviously, I can't dress like this because I work professionally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't say, I can't go like this exactly. But it's basically, if it's just a name, but it's mainly me. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Yeah.
So
It's
so
pretty
I
much the
do
same
see
thing.
potential in
Yeah.
in growing, and like I said, I did always want to be getting to the acting, so it's going to be fantastic if I actually could go into the acting field as well.
That'd be awesome.
Previously, there was two other movies that I was supposed to have a part in, but unfortunately, they're still getting funding for those or trying to work on funding.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just gonna see where this all goes. But I would love to actually go into acting as well.
Mm.
And then worked with Crip Walker as well because I'm bringing him in to help with the editing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And again, we're working on episode 5 with the AI motion. So I do have a lot of plans. I just have to figure out exactly where I'm going to be going.
Yeah, you got to do it in your own pace. You can't
Yeah.
rush it. I mean, I'm quite happy with mine now, and it's taken 2 years. So you develop it slowly, and then you get to a point where you think, yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Mm.
definitely. And I've had this channel for a while now, but I've actually it's only been active for a couple of years. So yeah, I just have to figure things out. I don't want but the thing is, like, I don't want it to be people expecting me to have a lot of investigations and exploring and stuff like that if that's not what I'm going to be doing.
I don't know. I suppose I probably shouldn't say anything because I'm testing new stuff out on mine. But there's plenty of that there. I think we need some different things in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, it's just my opinion, but I think it's a way of keeping people pumped up for the paranormal, including being excited about the investigations. But
Mm-hmm.
I just think people need to get excited about the paranormal again. So having different options and having more stuff that's paranormal in the feed when you open YouTube.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, so the thing is, I practice as well, and I'm more into nature. So if I go out and do an investigation, I would probably, because I've been taking animal communication as well. So it would be more or less like going into nature and, looking at the surroundings, and then, going into a building and find the history. And then after that, I may, put in my 2 cents or my senses and see if there's anything paranormal going on. I think that's the way I would love to do it.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, one day at a time,
Exactly.
Can't do it all at one
I've seen
time.
people try and rebrand too quickly, and
Yeah.
it's it doesn't work. It's like jarring. It's like what have you done? Don't recognize the channel anymore. It needs to be a gradual process to ease people into it. To be excited about it, but not suddenly change all at once.
And I would love to meet some of these people. I mean, I would love to actually get to meet some of the viewers as well. That would be fun, because I think I definitely want to keep my podcast, the Obsidian Hour, but I think I want to bring, get to know the viewers as well. Like, I would love to have Sandra in here, or Pomp, or Rob, or just getting to know people too.
Yeah.
As an open platform.
Well, that's kind of why I started the Believe in Me project. The community need a voice,
Yeah.
Not just dictated to by us, really. People here for the paranormal. People. I mean, the reason the project started in the first place was actually somebody who had really bad experiences trying to talk about their experiences in the paranormal community at large. And they were either being ignored or laughed at. And they're like, well, I'm in a paranormal community. Why am I being, treated like this? Just because you don't have a channel doesn't mean you don't have something to say. So,
Yeah. And my previous podcast, Paranormal Happy Hour, I just got to the point that I felt like it wasn't really me anymore. I love having people on. I love, like, don't get me wrong, I love like connecting with people all around the world, talking with them, etc. But I felt like I needed to do this show for people to actually get to know me. Like, I could talk about crystals, or I could talk about Wiccan, or have a very informal conversation with like you, or some of the viewers. Or so that's why I changed from Paranormal Happy Hour to this one, because I just felt like it wasn't me anymore. I miss it, but I needed to move on. So
Good choice.
yeah, very good choice. So that's a nutshell about me. You got like a really long.
No, it's okay. No, I was just wondering. I was sort of being, like I say, interested to see how you sort of can take the channel. With it being the new year, and it being because I was kind of, obviously I'm newer to you, so I was sort of realised that it was a society, and then I was thinking, was it a society? Is it just Susan? But that's kind of sort of explained it all beautifully. So
yeah, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah,
we'll see where it goes.
And at the end of the day, if you're happy with your content, I've always said I know how to grow my channel quicker. I just don't want to put out the bloody content necessary to do it. I'm not interested in drama and all that sort of stuff, and so I'd rather just do. I'm happier when I'm doing what I want to do. Fortunately, I have a community that's happy for me to do it. If I say it in chat, I say, "What do you think about this?" Look, oh, it's awesome, Sarah. And they'll all start talking about it, and I'm thinking, wow, this isn't getting the kickback I thought it was going to get.
Yeah, Pinky says he wants to know about the Wiccan, but yeah, it's actually my own practice. It's I'm Wiccan, but I also have my own style of practicing as well. So yeah, but I consider myself, more of like a naturist. So, with the tarot readings, things like that. So. But then I freak people out when I stare at them and I said, I could see that this is going to happen to you. and then it happens. Ay. Anyways. So, guys, I want to thank everybody for joining Sarah and I.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on. Enjoyed it.
Rob, you were Rob was afraid of me in the beginning. No joke, but she's really, thank you, Rob. Thank you. Yeah, he was scared of me. Susan. A lot of people are, believe it or not, because they don't know like what I am. Like they don't, they see like the wings and they see the feathers and they think like I'm a devil, or they really don't know what I am. It's like a combination between like Viking, Gothic, fallen angel. It's a lot of combination in it. So, Sarah, I bet everybody knows where to find you, but where can they find you?
It's on my fantastic publishing website. And I also have an art channel, but I share that out on my when I'm on my live. So I'm not doing much on it at the minute. But
Do you have a TikTok or an Instagram or anything?
No, I do have an Instagram. I don't tend to put anything on it. I tend to use it for communication, but I do have a fan. I mean, you can add me to Instagram. I'm on Fantastic Publishing on there. If anybody needs to message me, people who know me already know this. I'm not very reliable anyway in messages, but I'm far more reliable on Instagram because I don't use Facebook very much. I do have a Facebook.
Wow, now I know.
Yeah,
now I know.
Hit me up on Instagram because if I'm on Facebook, I mean, even though I do have a Facebook group, which I'm not in there very much. I'm admin in Crow's group, so that tends to be the reason I'm on Facebook. So I'm not like, I don't use Facebook much, but I'm on the Instagram all the time with talking to people. So if anybody needs to contact me on Instagram.
Yeah, definitely reach out to Sarah from Instagram, not Facebook.
Well, you're more likely to get a quicker answer on Instagram. Quicker.
And everybody, if they want to get in touch with me, I have the QR actually on the screen right there. So feel free. I'm everywhere. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Just feel free, friend request me. If I don't know who you are, you could put in your YouTube name or etc. And then I'll make sure that I accept it. Or if anybody just wants to reach out to me, feel free if they want to learn, want to know more about me, I guess, because I do tend to be a mystery.
Yeah, do the same for me. If you connected with me on Instagram or on Facebook, let me know your YouTube name if it's different, especially if it's Facebook, because of the whole Danny Moss thing from a couple of years ago. I'm careful who I add to Facebook. So
yeah, definitely. We have to be careful. Luckily for my Facebook, it's verified because I have been having issues in the past. So, yeah, well, thank you everybody for joining us. And Sarah, when are you going to be on again?
I'm live tomorrow at 2 o'clock my time. So 9 a.m. East Coast. So 2 p.m. UK.
Well, until then, everybody, stay safe and stay spooky, and we'll see you the next time.
Okay. Bye, everybody.